Minnesota Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer's precious little D, his defense, was so bad against the New Orleans Saints that it's going to go down in history, just like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, they were historically, biblically bad against the Saints, and let's get into how bad, right? Because if you're going to suck, you may as well embrace the suck. So, of course, Alvin Kamara. So 6 rushing touchdowns. He set the modern NFL Super Bowl era record. Sure. A bunch of guys had 5. Great. But also, he tied the NFL record that was set back in 1929 by some jabroni fullback named Ernie Nevers. So this guy's the last freaking guy to score 6 rushing touchdowns in a game before the Vikings were like, hey, Alvin, come on in. By the way, it should have been 7, except Sean Payton decided to run Taysom Hill. But yeah. But again, this guy whose touchdown dance was the Charleston. So Wikipedia is as fast as they are savage. So they said this quote about Nevers' game. November 28th, 1929, Nevers set an NFL record for points scored by a player in a single game. Nevers scored all 40 points in the Cardinals' 40-6 victory over the Chicago Bears. Well, at least it was against the Bears, so we got that going for us. Nevers scored all 6 touchdowns, which remained an unshared NFL record till Alvin Kamara just like teabagged the Vikings on Christmas Day. And also, he kicked 4 extra points, so cool. If your defense is allowing dudes to match records set before the Great Depression, before World War II, and before TikTok, that's bad. That's less than ideal. Fantasy-wise, so if you're in your fantasy championships and you have Kamara on your team, congrats, you probably won. So in standard scoring, he scored 53.2 points. In PPR, he put up 56.2. 155 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, also 3 catches for 17 yards. His total is second best all time for running back behind Clinton Portis's 55.4 point game in 2003, week 14 against the Chiefs. Now, what's depressing is that 2 of these games came against the Vikings. So Kamara, as well as, remember, Muscle Hamster smoking the Vikes at the Dome on a Thursday night. That was the Donald Penn, Jared Allen game, so great. Yardage-wise, 583 is the worst in Vikings franchise history. So it says a lot. So this team was founded in 1961. Great. So Zimmer's Vikings previously had allowed 522 against the Packers week 1. Perhaps you remember that one. That was earlier this year. And then also the Vikings surrendered 520 yards against the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, the football team, not the marginal baseball team, back in 1963. We'll talk about that one more in a sec. And then also before this year, Zimmer did allow 507 as defense coordinator of the Cowboys against the Seahawks back in 2004. So cool. Points-wise, 52 is the worst since 1963, when the third-year Vikings were spanked 56-14 by the aforementioned St. Louis Cardinals in that game that they also put up 520 yards. So you have a lot of history being made against the Vikings on Friday, so that is not great. That is extremely less than ideal, but does it open up the door for potential changes? Because, I mean, at Zimmer's presser, he did call his defense the worst defense he's ever had. Even though before the season, he talked about, I've never had a bad defense. Even though all the injuries, Kendricks and Barr and Hunter and No Pierce, I get it. Fully understand that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This was completely ass embarrassing. It was just historically bad. And the record books are going to remember this day for a long time. Because when the Vikings have bad defenses in the future, they will point to this day, and they will forget all of the injuries, because that 1963 team, they have injuries? Probably. Yeah, probably, but no one's going to remember. All anyone's going to remember is Alvin Kamara, 6 tutties against Mike Zimmer, big bad Mike Zimmer's defense. So great. Awesome. Cool. Great. But your thoughts? Vikings historically bad against the Saints on Friday. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Put some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol. Production value.